We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
Hey, what to do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So tonight we're going to be working on the heavy haul. I've actually been working on it for the past couple nights, but I'm going to try and wrap up a couple things tonight. We are doing some serious work on the back end of this truck. I know I talked a little bit about it in the last video, and then I know I've also been talking about a video that's coming up for Christmas. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys a little bit what we got going on for that at some point in this video. I'm not sure when, but tonight's video is not going to be a very long one, but it's going to be pretty cool. I'll give you guys a quick little peek before we get too far into it. Look at some of these welds. Not too bad. Not too bad for a rookie. So that's gonna be working on tonight. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and jump on into it and let's roll. All right, so my last video I said that we're gonna be working on the heavy haul, and eventually it's gonna be getting low boy ramps, but for the time being, I just need to convert the back portion right here with this hitch plate that I had made today. I'll show you guys that a little bit later on in the video when we actually had it made. It was pretty cool. But what we're gonna be doing, initially I was thinking that I was just gonna weld the tab onto the back side right here. We're gonna lift it up and bolt it onto here, but as my buddy Mike over here, he's over here helping me, we decided we're gonna go ahead and take this channel out, and we are gonna weld it directly to this plate after we've gotten it tacked in place, and that way we can lift it up in here, bolt it back into the frame, and that way this will contain all its original rigidity. It'll be like completely from the factory still. And then we are gonna add some gussets down here that kind of give it some triangulation, so that way when we hook a trailer up to it, it's going to have a lot of downward pressure that's pushing that way, so when we have the gussets coming from the back, it will not allow it to kick out that way. Alright, so this big old hitch is going to go right here. We're going to drill a couple extra holes so we can slide it.
Tranquilo, a veces rugiendo va, cuando el enojo aumenta, el árbol se cortará, el río fluye, nunca solo está.
So we're gonna set this up on a time lapse and get to work, and hopefully we get this thing tacked in place tonight. And I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes.
Un corazón destruido no deja de palpitar, Mi amor es franco y fiel, no tiene fronteras y no maldad. Mi amor es franco y fiel, no tiene fronteras y no maldad. El río fluye, nunca solo está. No solo está.
other thing that we did real quick, we took the license plate bracket off because we're not gonna have one on this truck. All right, now before we start tacking it up, I'm gonna explain a couple things real quick for all of you guys that are not very welder savvy. I was just educated a little bit from my. Okay, hold on. I was just educated. I can't talk. I was just educated a little bit on some of the technical terms because I'm not a very good welder. I just like clean stuff up and I put it together. Self-taught, but this guy actually knows what he's talking about. So he was saying it's like super important to have this clean and this clean because if you don't, then you'll start to get what's called the porosity. And if you guys have ever grinded a weld and you find like little air bubbles in there, that's what can start a crack. And on an application like this, where there's going to be a lot of stress and a lot of weight being put on here, that's the last thing you want is any sort of weak point where a crack can start to make its way through. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and mark everything out, get it ground down, and then we'll bring it back up. We'll do a little tack weld right here, get this thing put together, and then we will pretty much weld it up, I think. Whoa. Yeah, something like that. All right, so we got these two lines right here. That is the top and bottom of that channel right there where you can see we already ground out. These two lines right here are the inside and outside of that guy. And then you see these C-shaped ones. We're gonna do a little bevel right here so we can get real good penetration into the top of this. And then this, we're just gonna do like a flush, just shine it up. And then have a nice...
a mouse by your foot.
What? Dude.
Half a mouse.
Oh, jeez. Dude, there's been an alley cat running around. Oh, that's disgusting. And you touched it. Oh! We should just like spray foam it so it's always part of the truck. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, let's get grinding. Yeah.
Bye, mouse.
It was nice knowing you.
I think I let my guard down. Certain things ain't the same now. Hard to navigate these problems. I'm by myself, you're not around. I tried to open up, it wasn't good enough. Put in my all and got nothing back. Now I'm stuck in the rain, dealing with all this pain. Why you gotta do me like that? Don't say you love me, then go and leave me. It can't get ugly, trust and believe me. Say it to myself, looks so deceiving. Trying to fight back this far from easy. I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know my heart turned cold, lost control. Looking at this beautiful distraction. Fell in love with a fatal attraction. I really let my guard down, now relaxing. Why did I open up? She taking way too much. Put in my all and got nothing back. I'm feeling so ashamed, I fell into your game. Why you gotta do me like that? Don't say you love me, then go and leave me. It can't get ugly, trust and believe me. Say it to myself, looks so deceiving. Trying to fight back this far from easy. I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you?
All right, so we got our little tack welds up here. I did that one. I got halfway done with this one. We ran out of wire, so there's a little hiccup right there. But I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the jack. Hopefully this plate doesn't fall. Okay, looking good. And next, we're gonna put a pipe wrench right here, kind of push down on it to kick the plate in just a little bit, so I can do another tack on this bottom side.
I can't believe. Don't say you love me, then go and leave me. It can't get ugly, trust and believe me. Say it to myself, looks so deceiving. Trying to fight back too far from easy. I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know
sexy.
Was it?
Yeah, that looks good. Whoa. All right, so I just learned that there's a new type of weld. This is called a shipyard weave. Is that like a slang term, or is that the real deal?
That is a slang term for a shipyard weave.
Okay. Not too bad, not too bad.
You're hired.
I'm hired. Not getting fired today?
Nope, you're hired.
All right, so we got our second shipyard weave. So this plate is as welded as it's gonna be onto this bracket. So now we're gonna flip it upside down, put it in there, bolt it in place. Then we're gonna weld on the actual frame. And then tomorrow I'll probably do the gussets, but this is gonna be as far as we get tonight. Just getting this up there, weld it in place so John can start doing other stuff. All right, well, it's getting late. It's going on what, 1 o'clock almost? And I gotta get up at 6. So,
I'll sleep in.
what time is it?
12:22.
12:22. It's close. But this turned out super rad. It's up here. It is super welded in place. I really don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. Turned out super rad. So tomorrow we'll finish putting the rest of the bolts in, do the gussets, start running the electrical for everything else, and yeah, that'll be it. But we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. We did a good job. Thanks, Mike.
No problem.
Appreciate it. And what?
Gotta hook up the hitch at least, man.
I don't have any nuts and bolts for it.
Oh,
We could weld it. Just kidding. Says do not weld. So now I'm gonna call it a night. I'll be back at it at some point tomorrow. I gotta go do some other stuff, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. So today's probably gonna be our last day of work before Christmas. Today I got my sidekick with me. He's gonna be riding along. You ready to do some work?
Yeah.
He's the best. He's a super early riser like myself. It's our favorite time of the day. We love the morning, huh?
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm gonna get the dump truck warmed up. I gotta unload the 299, disconnect the trailer, and then we're gonna run into town, take care of a couple things with the dump truck. Then I wanna show you guys something real quick. So here it is. This thing's pretty cool. It's a little on the expensive side. It converts it to however much voltage you need for the rear brake controller. All right, well, I was starting to get nervous because I could not find my dump truck keys. They had fallen in between the seat and my GMC. So now we're gonna get the start. We're gonna hit the road, try and get today cranked out as fast as we can. Sometimes you just have one of those days. First, I couldn't find the keys to the truck. When I was doing my walk around, I found out that this tire was completely flat. It had a good old bolt in it, so I just got done putting a plug in it and trim it. Then I gotta hit the road. Still needs a little bit more air. Just a little bit low still. Leave it on there for another 20 seconds. I'll trim the plug. So as soon as we're done there, maybe I'll get on the road. I don't know. All right, so hopefully the rest of the day does not go like this. I got a lot of stuff I want to get done today, but when we get back, I want to show you guys what we got planned for Christmas. It's gonna be super cool. Give you guys a quick little sneak peek on that. But as for now, you ready?
Yeah. Let's hammer down.
You heard the man. Let's go. Hey, what are you doing? All right, well, we are wrapping up the day. We're gonna head back home. We're gonna go work on some stuff. You guys wanna see a project that I've been working on probably, I'd say, over the past year. So we are back at it tonight. I'm not gonna be spending too much time up here because I'm still kind of tired. I was up here till almost 1 o'clock last night working on this beautiful piece of metal. So tonight, all I'm gonna be doing is putting the D-rings on. I'm gonna do the gusset in the back, and I'll probably bolt the hitch up. So it's gonna be pretty straightforward. I'm loving this so far. I mean, this thing is about as stout as it gets, and let's get to it. So I do not claim to be like a professional welder. I consider myself to be okay. I am self-taught. I've never had any formal training. Last night you guys saw that Mike was very much more knowledgeable than I. But almost like everything that exists in the world, it's all in the prep work. So you guys can see that I ground these smooth. They come pretty clean, but I like smooth, clean metal when I'm working. So I've got this all ground down. I got the scalp off. So we're going clean to clean with the D-ring on there. So we'll be clean, clean, clean everywhere. Get this welded on there. You guys want to hear a funny story? One time I was welding a set of D-rings onto something similar like this. I think it was a trailer, but I was so tired. It was late at night. That's why when it starts to get real late, you guys just put the welder down, walk away, and go to sleep, because I wasn't even thinking, and I welded it, and I stepped back and I was looking at it. I was like, those are some good welds. And then I realized that the D-ring was not in there. So I just had to cut it off, redo the whole thing. And I've only done that once in my life, but hopefully we don't repeat that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get these things welded up. Okay, so you guys can see I got both D-rings on, both welded them up pretty good. I think that weld turned out not too shabby. I'm gonna throw this on and bolt it on just because I wanna see what it looks like. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite tools of all times. I love the big air impacts. I just like the way they sound, they're fun to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up, and then I'm gonna start working on the gussets. Hitch. Oh, that hurt. All right, well, I bolted the hitch up there just because I was itching to see what it looked like, and it looks pretty rad. We got the D-rings right here. I think these things are welded up pretty good. Pretty sure they're not going anywhere. So now, just gotta figure out the gussets. So they're gonna come from over here and head down towards this way, so that way this plate doesn't want to kick back.
James is cutting some gussets now.
Hopefully this is the last piece.
I got no clue what happened before this. I just got here.
I used time lapse for the first time
Okay.
on this video.
Nice. That's a very handy tool.
Let's see how it goes.
Is this where we insert the 3 hours later thing? See, you're not a real man unless you work on a workbench at like a 18-degree slope there. I think we need to start a GoFundMe, get James a nice welding table, workbench. The other ones are a little full right now. So, I don't know what that is that you're using there. It looks like a great bench.
Well, I do have a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
It just has a go-kart on it. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, safety first. Yeah. For those of you watching, that is a fake plasma flame right there, so that's why he doesn't need the eye protection.
He's starting to open up.
Yeah, I'm curious what happens when you cut through, which way it falls.
On my toe. That's weird.
I got this side. The clamp side. Look at that. As safe as it gets right there.
Nice. $5 table.
Right?
You know what I built? Whoop. You know what I built this for, actually?
I have no idea what this is.
I had a Cummins engine on here. I took the valve covers off.
Okay.
And I ran it just to show people what it looked like.
Okay.
I was contemplating cutting it up because I've never used it for anything else.
Till today.
Yeah. It's pretty close. I think I'll...
Oh, she gonna be burly.
Yeah, this thing's not going anywhere.
It might be able to handle my trailer. We'll see. We'll do a little test pull.
I hope so. If this thing falls off with your trailer hooked up to it, I got serious problems. All right, so real quick, we got the two gussets made up. So now I just have to grind on the bottom side right here. Get that paint cleaned up. That cleaned up, I'm just gonna tack those in place, and then we're gonna call it a night because it's getting close to midnight again, and I was up early, and I'm tired, and I gotta get up early again tomorrow, but But this has to get done, so yeah, let's keep welding. So I decided I'm gonna take these off just so I can work into here a little bit easier. All right, we can see this cleaned up a little bit right here. I'm gonna get something to go ahead and put in front of this airbag so this thing doesn't get cooked and popped and yada, yada, yada. All right, so we got a mud flap with a little bit of cardboard. Probably not the best option, but I think it'll be better, and I think it'll protect it enough so that the bag doesn't pop. All right, so I'm getting close to calling it quits for the night. I have every single piece cut. I don't have the gussets like completely welded in place. I ended up doing a little bit more than a tack. I did the full bead up top. I did a decent sized bead right there. A little bit down there. I'll come back tomorrow and do the whole seam just so it's completely done, it's welded up. But let me show you guys what it looks like from the back just so you guys can have a better idea of why these are actually back here. So you guys see that it's welded right here, and then from here it kind of triangulates down. So what that does, I know I've said this before, but this prevents the bottom of this plate kicking back. It puts a lot of this downward force and turns it into like an upward motion right here. So basically this point down here ties into this point up here, which this isn't gonna bend because this is a double liner chassis. This frame is not going anywhere. And so it looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get these out of the way so you guys can see it from both sides. Kind of creates like a little box effect. Looks pretty rad. I'm super pumped. So let me show you guys what we got going on for this Christmas video real quick. And so this is actually probably gonna be one of like my dry sense of humor type things, but I think it's gonna be a super good video. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Let me show you guys what we got real quick. Yeah, so I just got done wheeling this in from over there. And so what we're gonna be doing, this is a 55-gallon drum. Might not look very exciting, and you guys might be familiar with, I think it's called the Yule log. And on Christmas morning, they play it for 4 hours. There's just a fireplace with a piece of wood in there that's burning. So what we're gonna do, we are going to have a burn barrel going for 4 hours. And I'm gonna release the video on Christmas Eve. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna set the barrel up. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in it with zero talking. So it's gonna be a completely different style video that I've ever done before. But I think it's gonna be super cool, and it is super late. So thank you guys for watching. Give me a huge solid like, subscribe, share this video with your amigos, hit that notification button. I still haven't forgotten about the 5K hot sauce giveaways. So I will see you guys next time, and thanks again. Later.